Hello again, Honky Tonks. Two things before I carry on. People have been complaining about my Norwegian jumpers, saying they're horrible. Well, just for that, I'll wear more. Secondly, why hasn't Labour MP Mike Amesbury been fast-tracked through the criminal justice system like everyone else? Why? Why is that? Anyway, Lawrence Fox, he's conducting massive damage control on his X account now. He's deleted that tweet, which got him in trouble, but still, once you go against Tommy Robinson's supporters, as Reform have found out, there's no going back. There's no amount of damage control that you can conduct which will win them back over. You need to do something really drastic to do that. I suggest, Lawrence Fox, at the next event, you turn up, go on stage, naked, and prostrate yourself in front of them and apologise, if I were you. Same with Nigel Farage and Richard Tice. What Richard Tice did was incalculable damage to Reform. They're losing votes by the bucket load. I mean, if you're on X, you'll see it on there. People are lambasting them to high heaven. Richard Tice has really screwed up big time. He hasn't come out to apologise. He hasn't... I mean, the men of the people, Nigel Farage and Richard Tice, surely, they're both on X, surely they should see that huge backlash. And at least Lawrence Fox is trying to damage control. But these two, nothing. Nothing whatsoever. They haven't apologised, they haven't corrected themselves. I mean, Richard Tice could have been a bit more tactful with what he said, rather than, we don't want anything to do with that lot. And that was it. That lit the paper, lit the fuse, and that fuse ran quickly to a huge bomb and it's exploded big time in their faces. But at least Lawrence Fox is damage control. Nigel Farage said nothing, really nothing, man of the people and all that. I am disappointed. Anyway, to the rescue, here comes MP Rupert Lowe, Reform, newly elected. Now, he seems to be a guy with his finger on the pulse. Yesterday he came out with a message on X and he said, and I quote, I've got this written down here, whatever your view on Tommy Robinson, I hope he is afforded the protection he needs to ensure his safety within the prison system. Many of my constituents, decent people, have been in touch with their concerns. I will ask the Ministry of Justice on their behalf, end quote. What was wrong with Richard Tice saying something like that? He didn't have to say you lot or them lot towards Tommy Robinson supporters. He could have said anything he wanted about Tommy Robinson. When you go, the support base, you're screwed, you really are. And people are going over to UKIP. UKIP are capitalising on this big time. I've seen it on X, even on here, on my channel. You'll see in the comments, people are saying, screw Reform, we're going to UKIP. And whose fault is that? Why couldn't they be as tactful and as mindful and as aware as Rupert Lowe? Or Ben Habib, even, who retweeted it. He reposted it. These people have their fingers on the pulse. Real people, real men of the people. Dear me, it's not hard. Anyway, Tommy Robinson sentenced to 18 months. He'll do 9. Here in the UK, the criminal justice system is different to, say, the United States, where if you get 50 years, you do 50 years. You don't do half your sentence. So he'll do 9 months. The judge who sentenced him said he'll reduce it by 2 months to 7 months if he deletes the silenced video, which hasn't happened. It's still up, which tells me Tommy Robinson knew this was coming. He knew he would get jailed. I knew he'd get jailed. I told you in a video he wasn't going to get bail. You don't get bail. You don't walk for contempt of court. The Crown Courts, or the criminal justice system in this country, sees contempt of court as a sort of rebellion, and rebellions need to be put down harshly. They always have been. They will, I think it's warped that a court will sentence someone more harshly for contempt of its ruling or system or its decision than, say, someone like Hugh Edwards, who has contempt for kids, what he did. Hugh Edwards is walking the streets as a free man now, still has his BBC pension, because he's ill. I need help. That's what they do. Oh, mental health, I need help. Help me. and Tommy Robinson is incarcerated. He will be in solitary confinement for his duration in Belmarsh, by the way, for a video. Now, he flew back from holiday, he knew this was going to happen. He knew this was going to happen, and he faced the music. He knew he was going to get jail, and the video's still up, which tells me something about that video. Now, I'm not telling you to watch that video. I'm not telling you to look for it. What I'm saying is don't share it, because if you do, you're in trouble, big time. It is the law not to share this video, and that's what he was sentenced for. He's not a political prisoner, like I've said. He was sentenced for turning his nose up and ignoring a court ruling. It's that simple. Tommy Robinson knew what he was doing. He pled guilty, and he's now in jail. Let's hope he comes out the other side alive. At least. Well, what more could be asked for? Please excuse this interjection. A thought came into my head as I was editing this video. I finished the video, I'm just editing it right now. And just like I've suggested, Richard Tice could have been a bit more tactful and said what he did differently to reduce any flack coming his way. Tommy Robinson could have posted that video differently. There's ways and means around it, but no. The fact that Tommy Robinson chose to post the video and deal with this head on, it just speaks volumes for me personally, if you know what I mean. I've got to be a bit tactful and mindful how I'm saying this. But yeah, did he know he could have done it differently? Probably. He's not stupid. But the fact that he's done this, he knew what would happen to him, it just speaks volumes. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. Anyway, back to the video. It really is strange. I mean, if Tommy Robinson knew this video was a lie, and he knew he'd get jail for it, surely he'd have pulled that down, wouldn't he? Or this video is a crock of fibs. Let's take it down. I don't want to go to jail. It's still up. Make your own minds up, folks. That's all I'm saying. Make your own minds up. Use your noggins. Like I said in a video yesterday, you've got a supercomputer in your hands, that iPhone. That's all I'm telling you to do. Well, suggesting you to. I'll never tell you to do anything. I'll just suggest you to do that. But yeah, I mean, this has like sparked a massive war, all-out war. We are even more divided now on the right. You've got UKIP capitalising on Reform's cock-up, Richard Tice's cock-up, by now enticing their voters, and it's happening. Tommy Robinson will be fighting for his life in prison. And for those of you who went to Woolwich Crown Court and stood by him, went to see him in the dock, you know, you'll know who his friends were. That's all I'm saying about that as well. And that's that. It's crazy. Lawrence Fox has fallen. Reform have pissed on their own core voters. UKIP are growing. I mean, oof, dear me, whatever next, who knows? But I'll tell you what, it's entertaining. Not that I'm taking any pleasure in, of course, any of this happening, because, I mean, the right need to unite. There's nothing wrong with being the right, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that. We're just the opposite of the left. I've said this before. But they keep calling us the far right, don't they? It's always far this, far that. Bleeding idiots. Anyway, I'm done. That's my video. Please let me know what you think in the comments. And until the next time, hit the sub button, like, share, all that lovely stuff, and I love you forever. Roger Trout.